It is Wednesday, May 27th, 2026, and it's about 12:31 p.m. This dog's going to get a little pop. I just moved the puppies in with the rams, and I'm watching them, make sure they don't get tangled up in the wire. I've been here for about 30 minutes watching them. When you first put them with the electrified fencing here, if they've never experienced it before, they're inevitably going to try to touch it. And the animal's reaction to touching a fence is they try to charge right through it, and then they end up getting caught in it. So I can just turn off the fence there with the remote, get the puppy out, let the puppy try again not to touch the wire. So far they've been pretty good. I've only had one that really got caught up in it. You see I got Mama in there with them so they can feed on Mama. I've also set up this temporary dog feeder. I don't know if the rams are going to be able to get in, but what I've basically done is I've just used just some kind of wire. I forget what kind of wire. It's the same they use for rebar when they're doing like pouring concrete and stuff like that. Super cheap, super flexible. And you can see it's just lifted up there. This is 3, they call them handy panels. They're about 8 feet long. The puppies can crawl through the cracks, which I'm not too concerned about. They're gonna get older here in a couple days where they won't be able to anymore. But I know the rams already tried to get the food, but they don't know how to get in there. So I don't know if Nutmeg can get in there or not. I think Nutmeg knows that she can crawl under there and get in there. Normally what I do is I'd set up a hot wire around it so that the rams don't like mess with it. But I think these ones have been trained, and honestly I'm kind of beat today. So yeah. It's the puppy's nap time. This dog here is a female. I think they've been sharing the nursing duties, but she doesn't have much milk. And I think what happened is they gave birth at the same time, like 3 different dogs, maybe 4 dogs did, and they weren't able to distinguish whose is whose. Oh, look at that ram sniffing the sleeping puppy. You know, that ram, I don't think that ram has been with puppies before. That ram doesn't know what puppies are like. This older ram has 2 sets of puppies at least. So the puppies don't know him, but he knows them. He's raised lots of my puppies. Today's a little bit wet. It's about 75 degrees. Kind of nice, actually. We had a downpour that lasted for like 30 seconds. Big drops of rain. The cloud just passed right over us. I was thinking that if there's not a lot of green grass for the sheep, to put out some protein blocks, but there's plenty of green grass. Oh, I should mention the sheep also broke out. That's another reason why I'm tired. I had to chase them back. Once I got them headed in the right direction, it's pretty easy to get them back in. But the dogs were helpful. Right, Nutmeg? Did you help? I think the Nutmeg just ignored the sheep. Yeah. That one right there, and there's a smaller one over there. They are my Katahdins. So we start putting Katahdin dogs into my herd. Oh, it's a sleepy Wednesday. I might move the rams tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. Not entirely sure if, when, how to do that. I might wait till Friday as well, just for the amount of forage here. I'm just constantly debating putting a protein block in here. Maybe I should just put it in and just let them eat it if they want it, you know. I did notice their manure is a little bit, not runny, but it's not pellets, which it's supposed to be pellets. So, and tomorrow I've got to come back and make sure the Nutmeg's eating. Make sure she can get in and out there. Anyway, sleepy Wednesday. Sleepy Wednesday. So the puppies, they were born in that pile of metal, which is not a good place for puppies. It's starting to rain. I'm going to get under cover here. I brought them here. I thought maybe the hay would help keep them dry, keep them a little bit protected. Then I moved them to the shop, get them shelter from the rain because there's lots of rain coming. And they were still young. I didn't want them to get too wet. And then finally I moved them down into the woods. There's a goat shelter down there. And that's when I noticed they were starting to eat dog food. They're like climbing in the dog food dish. So I started feeding them wet dog food. But the issue is all the other dogs are taking the dog food from them. So I need to feed them separately where they get access to food that the other dogs can't get to. And the only way to really do that is put this netting in between the dogs. The dogs know to leave it alone. They were raised with netting. Puppies need to learn. I think they're going to do just fine. You know, they know to leave the fence alone. They're just sleeping right now. So you can see Nutmeg is dead tired. They're going to wake up in a few hours when the sun starts to set. And they're going to get all excited and active, and then when it gets dark again, they're going to go back to sleep, and then they're going to wake up before the sun comes up. So, you know. So that's all I got for you guys. You have a great day. If you have tips or suggestions, a better way to train these pups, I'd certainly love to know. I found that if the pups are raised with the rams, they learn to leave the sheep alone. And then at about a year old, they get that chasing instinct. They'll start wrestling with each other. That's when I give them the whole pasture. But I don't want them messing with the lambs. And so I have to keep a close eye when I'm out there. The dogs aren't chasing the lambs. And sometimes I have to bark at them in English. Tell them not to do that. You know, they figure it out pretty quick. Now that there's older dogs here, they should be able to train each other not to do that. So, and anyway, guys, that's what I have. Take care. Bye-bye.